हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। आज के इस सेशन में हम लोग बात करेंगे एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल थॉट्स पे। तो इन दिस सेशन द डिस्कशन टॉपिक इज फंक्शनलिज्म and this is one of the most important topic for the anthropology optional subject, and without understanding the essence of the theory one cannot score what they want to score. Myself, K.Mukesh, I am teaching since last 17 years, and you are welcome at this platform, Master Stroke IS Academy. So first of all, understand what is functionalism. As you all know, functionalism is one of the thought of anthropology optional that tells about function of social institutions. And the main propounder of functionalism, so that was the Braslow Malinowski. He did their study on the Trobriand Islanders, and as a result of what they got there, so they interpret them and they tells about what actually is functionalism. As you all know, what is the function of our different body parts? What is the function of our different organs? We know every organ has some assigned functions. Whatever organ that we have, our brain is for thinking and analyzing. Stomach is for digesting the food. Liver is for contributing in the digestion process and maintaining internal all metabolic activities proper. So every organ that we have has some assigned and definite functions, and no organ will survive for a longer period if they not do any functions and they become one day transformed into the vestigial organ. So unless and until organ is functioning, they survive, and the day when they stop functioning, gradually they start disappearing, and finally they eliminate from the systems. At the same time, we also know together all organ work for individuals, all organ and organ system works in a coordinated manner, and whatever function performed by an individuals are the result of coordinated efforts of their entire cells whatsoever. Any function performed by individuals are the result of coordinated efforts of their entire cells. Similarly, Malinowski put it his anthropological thought functionalism, and he said every social institutions work in a coordinated manner, and unless they work in coordinated manner, they will survive. The day when this coordination broken down or any of the institutions stop functioning or their duties, gradually they enters in the phase of disappearance and finally they eliminate. Exactly the way our organ work, they tells about the functioning of social institution, and that's why this theory is named as functionalism. Now let's move on the slide, and I am going to tell you the exact story about what is functionalism, what is its ultimate objective, how it works, what are its role, and how it is important for UPSC main examination point of view. So let's start and move to the slide. Now we are on slide, and So make heading functionalism. So this is our today's topic. And as you all know, functionalism was propounded by Braslow Malinowski. So write down the name B. Malinowski. He was the propounder of this school of thought, and according to him, society works in a coordinated manner. Remember, society or social institutions like family, kinship, political and economic institutions, political and economic institutions. So it work in a coordinated manner. And give solidarity to the society, to the whole society. So this is the opinion that was given by the Braslow Malinowski. Remember one thing. Second thing is, he also said that to one social any change took place in any of the social institutions, so that affect the other social institution directly or indirectly. Any social institution changes in their functionings, so definitely they affect the other social institutions directly or indirectly, and that's why he used the word coordinated manner or integrated manner. All social institutions are related, and at the same time he also concluded these social institutions, if not do their functioning, gradually they eliminate from the society. So his whole opinion are based on functioning of the biological system or working of the individual organs. So first of all, let us understand about Malinowski opinions on social institutions. So next one is the wait one minute. I am taking another slide. So what he actually said, na. And one more thing I would like to say, everyone. If you will get to this class, then definitely share this video with other fellow aspirants. And if you will not enjoy with the classes, once again try to listen properly this lecture. And I'm giving you one assurance about the moment you realizes and start understanding from the very first slide, gradually you develop a sorts of information, and you will achieve a position where you should integrate the whole concept And this is the thinker part. So remember one thing, every thinkers work on their best, and whatever they proposes in terms of the anthropology, so we need to go read properly them and integrate them, because in civil service what happens now, there are so many things that matter. As you all know, archaeological anthropology, it contributed almost 20% in terms of the main questions. Socio-cultural anthropology play a significant role in at least 20%, and the rest of the anthropology means the physical anthropology in paper one. So rest of the questions 60% appears from the physical anthropology. But what happens? Those whose background is humanity, so they felt a little bit comfort in dealing with the socio-cultural anthropology. But in socio-cultural anthropology, the most tricky thing and most conceptual thing is the thinkers. So you need to read every thinkers and write down and their work also. You must know what they serve in terms of their work for the society, as you all know. So let's possibly begin what said by the Malinowski in terms of the functionalism. So in terms of Malinowski, he said that cultural traits or cultural institutions are the means for the satisfaction of human needs. So Malinowski view was the cultural traits. He said cultural traits or cultural institutions are the means for the are the means for the satisfaction of human needs. So what he basically said, cultural traits and cultural institutions are the means for the satisfaction of human needs. Means whatever institution survive, that institution work for whom? Institution like the kinship work for whom? Institution like the family work for whom? Now the question is marriage for what? Religion, religion work for what and whom? So if you go and start assessing the function of kinship, why we need kins? We need kins. Why we need family? There are some objective of the everything. We need kins in order to serve someone in better ways. We need kin in order to get a chance of security whenever our individuals are in adverse situations. We need kins and their support in terms of dealing so many affairs, like the any ceremony that held on your house on that day, to whom you should share that ceremony. So kinship strengthen individuals and play a significant role in psychological social development of the individual. So this is the function of the kinship. Similarly, you know what is the biological or primary or secondary function of the family. Family, in one hand, help in nurturing the child. In other hand, family provide them the security, security in terms of the economic, in terms of the financial. Family is the primary school of nurturing the individuals. So if you go and start studying the function of family, then you should realize that what family matters in the individual life. Similarly, marriage. The primary objective of marriage is to produce a legitimate child and to obtain sexual gratifications on the account of social acceptance. While the religion definitely work in individuals' life whenever they are in adverse situation and they have no any options on that time, on that moment, they balance themselves by remembering the gods and some supernatural power. So religion is a means of providing solidarity when individuals are in adverse situation. Religion are one of the most important elements that are needed by society to run social phenomena smoothly. And that's why society need religion. Religion not need society. Society need religion. So these are the specific function of all these institutions. And all these functions are for whom? Are for the individuals. All these institutions who need it. It's the individual themselves. They needed these institutions. Why they need it? They needed some institutions for their psychological, biological, and social needs and satisfaction, like the sexual needs, like the needs for the food and feeding, like the needs for the education, whatsoever that individual felt in their life in terms of the needs. So all these needs they got it from where? They get from the social institutions in one way or in other way. So it's our responsibility to maintain the integrity of these institutions. When any of the institutions lost it, their functioning definitely affects the other institution. Take an example, kinship. Kinship evolve as a result of the marriage. Family evolve as a result of the marriage. So marriage leads to evolution of the family. Family or evolution of the kinship. And these kins or the distant kins together establish a society, and that society runs on their account smoothly beneath a religions. So any institutions, either the kinship or the family or the marriage or the religion, that eroded or eliminated from the society, definitely it affects adversely the society. A society then cannot work smoothly, and that's why we need these institutions. And what said by Malinowski after studying on the Trovian Islanders, what they realizes in their fieldwork, they share in that way. And second thing is, Malinowski also said that in these institutions, according to their functional approach, one can categorize it into many categories or into several levels. So, according to Malinowski, these social institutions are categorized on the basis of needs, on the basis of needs. These social institutions are categorized into three levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. 1, 2, and 3. As per the needs, remember it. Level means the stages, you can say, to or the needs. Level 1 means the primary needs. Primary needs. Level 2 means secondary needs. And level 3 stands for the tertiary or integrated needs. Tertiary or integrated needs. So these are the various needs: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Remember, the primary needs. Primary needs of an individual is the food. It comes under the primary needs. Similarly, the sex, the role of sex in the life of the individuals. Secondary need, basically, it comprises several things like the economic affairs, political affairs, education. While the integrative needs are the needs of the concerned with the knowledge, religion or religious practices, rituals, arts or morals, norms, values, ethics, all comes under the tertiary need. So under primary need, why he included the food and the sex? Because food and sex are the basic needs of the individuals. Food and sex are the basic needs of the individual. It is the biological need of individuals. It provides individuals biological satisfaction and the basic satisfactions. Secondary needs are basically a derived needs. So after individuals getting fulfilled by the primary needs, now they are looking for the secondary needs. And once they fulfill all these secondary or instrumental or institutional needs, now they felt a tertiary or integrative needs, and that comprises the needs of the religious practices, needs of the knowledge, rituals, morals, ethics, values, norms, etc. So these three needs provides a social framework and a smooth functioning of the individuals by satisfying the biological, psychological, and other requirement. And that's why Malinowski said that a society only work when all these needs get fulfilled. All this and their fulfillment is totally dependent upon the smooth functioning of the social institutions. If any of the social institutions get hampered, definitely it affects the other institutions, and in that way individuals integrative needs or individuals secondary needs get affected, and that may leads to the complete loss of or departure of any of the institutions. As you know something about Branislaw Malinowski, he was born in 1884 in Poland, and He was a student of physics and mathematics, and therefore he did his PhD in physics and mathematics. One day he got an opportunity to read the Fraser's book, The Golden Bog. Remember it? The Golden Bog. And as a result of that, he attracted and start thinking towards the anthropology. When he completed his postgraduate and he basically starts working on Probiant Islanders of Melanesia, and where he carried out several experiments on the native islanders, and for that they learned their language, studied them properly, and then he wrote and gave his theory of functionalism. In that he also explained something about the importance of the field work, importance of the ethnographic work, and he mentioned all these things in his book. At the same time, one need to know two things: why functionalism came into existence. So functionalism is simply came as a result of a reaction of evolutionism and diffusionism. It came or emerges as a result of reaction of evolutionism and diffusionism. Because evolutionism says that society developed gradually in a linear fashion. Diffusionism said that the culture develops at different centers, and this functionalism said that how the social institutions work together in terms of providing the socio-psychological and mental satisfaction. So in nutshell, one can conclude the work of Malinowski of functionalism in compare to psychological functions, in compare to biological functions, in compare to individual needs, and importance to the culture and hierarchical needs. So all are the things that are related with the functionalism. Now the question is how functionalism will be important for the UPSC CSE examination. So when they ask the question to you, write notes on contribution of Branislaw Malinowski and functionalism. So how students starts writing that answer? So when you start writing, you need to discuss a 2-3 line about the Branislaw Malinowski and how this theory emerges out. And after completing it, just simply write down the way individuals organ work or individuals or system work exactly in the same way this social institution work, and unless and until this social institution work it regulate the society in their smooth running, any of the institutions if get hampered, definitely it affect the whole functioning of the society. In that way you should write the your answer. In terms of reference, just you need to take and discuss about what he got it from the Golden Bog, what he wrote a book on that, where he studied, on which island, on which peoples. Their studied are kind of ethnographic work or kind of field work. You need to discuss in that. And finally, write the importance of functionalism or further diffusionism or evolutionism, because functionalism is something that are substantial in compared to the evolutionism, in compared to the diffusionism, because evolutionism and diffusionism seems to be a imaginary theory. That was the imagination of the American, German, and British school of anthropologists, while the functionalism seems to be a kind of fieldwork and real experience felt by Malinowski in their study on the Trobriand Islanders. So you need to discuss that answer in that frame. Definitely you will get whatever your expected marks. Thanks, bye. And one more thing I would like to share. This is the Master Stroke IS Telegram channel. So should make contact with this channel, and you will get all those video. And if you want to join our regular classes, join our regular classes. This is WhatsApp number. Write down this WhatsApp number, and this is the call. So you should call on directly in order to get any update. Now this session I will continue even tomorrow. So expecting from your side to join tomorrow session. And now I'm going to see what kind of question you have asked me. So once again, I'm checking WhatsApp, and if you ask any question, definitely I shall reply you now. Actually, what happens in the middle of the lecture, I cannot see who watches the video and how many students watches the video. So after or at the end of the class, hello Shubham, if you're watching right now, now again write down. Just if you're watching now, write down. Uh, because I just want to reply you. Yes. Do you have any question? Do you have any questions, Shubham? If you have any questions, so now ask to me. I am here to reply you properly. If you have any question, just write down. Yes, do you have any questions? So please write down and reply me properly. No, if you have no any question, then I'm going to discontinue the session. Yes, I am waiting for your reply. Shubham Kumar. So now do you have any question? Yes. So do reply. Well, so by tomorrow I will continue this session. And for today I'm going to end this session. Thank you. Bye.